After that are two colors that I use that represent the heart chakra. Now, I had several people tell me, intuitives that I can rely on, that have the ability to see chakras, and they told me my chakra is very pink, which has a quality about it. And some people have a very light green chakra, and some of it is a little darker green too. But these two candles correspond to your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is a state of connecting the astral with the physical. It's halfway between your body, up your body, and it is a state of the astral, a state of loving. Loving like romance, loving with tenderness and care is represented with pink. And I don't know if you realize how you feel when you see pink. It's not like a Valentine that's bright red that might give you the more of a passionate sexual kind of a feeling. Pink is more tempered. It's like that romance that you had when you were a teenager. It's more of a mellow heart kind of a warmth. And pink has that because it's basically a lower form of red. So it's still passionate, but not quite. It's more tempered. And pink, I use those if I wanted to attract romance. I've never used a pink candle for that. But I have used pink for my children, because that's how I feel when I see them, is a warmth and a love, and I use pink for that. Green is a healing, and these greens correspond to your heart chakra as well. A dark green can correspond with earth, healing, like plants. And there's no coincidence that plants radiate a green vibration with their through photosynthesis and their pigmentation. Green has a certain vibration about it. It's a growth vibration. And if you want to grow something in your life, to magnify it and grow, I would use green. And then I would also use a little bit of orange to give it extra power. But green is a growth color. That's not all it is. You're going to have to find out the rest of it with your own studies. Let's see. I use a lot of these at this time in my mystical practices. Blues. Now, blues can range. I'm trying to find my other blue. I don't have it. But you can use like more of a darker blue or a lighter blue. But it corresponds with communication, which is more to do with your air chakra, which is your throat, is a communication chakra. Now, this has to do with that. It also has to do with feelings of peace, serenity. It is one of your higher chakras, not your base chakras. So this has to do with peace, serenity. If I want to have peace, I will use either a blue or a mixture of blue with violet. Now this tone of violet, or purple, has to do with your higher chakras. And I wanted to go into that too, because I used to be confused as a Westerner, someone who was in a Christian-like tradition growing up. When I would see Eastern pictures of like Krishna or the Buddha, especially pictures of Krishna, I used to think Hindus believed God was purple or blue, and I used to wonder why. And I thought at the time, because I had limited understanding in colors, that was kind of silly. That was a judgment I made. But since then I realized the reason why they put blue around those figures is because those figures are operating at higher chakras. The purple is the crown chakra. It is a violet, like on this one spectrum of the rainbow. It is the highest vibration in the physical. And there are higher that we don't see. We will see in the astral state, but in the physical it is a violet. Violet is the highest. And I use violet when I desire wisdom. If I desire to bring wisdom into my life and to manifest it into my life, or to open up the wisdom I already have, I will meditate on a violet candle. And right now in my point of studies, I am... Oh, here's one of the softer violets. This has to do with peace and serenity, not as much with wisdom. So, basically, I went through some of those. I also want to illustrate that you can have gold or silver candles. Those colors have potent powers too. Sometimes people correspond this with the power of the sun. And this is the power of the moon. Both of them are very important, and I'll let you read up about those. I don't use those very much, to be quite honest with you. Alright, this is what you do when you want to use candle magic. You take your oil that you have been charging through your meditation, through the breathing that I've taught you already. you will take your oil that has been charged with your energy, and the more you charge that oil, the more potent your energy will manifest, because your oil does retain the energy that you have used and expelled through your breath and through your chakras during meditation. You'll take that candle and you will anoint it with a couple of drops of your oil. Now you can also add different essential oils to this. I told you that I use olive oil, which is traditional with the mystics. They'll anoint with olive oil. I also add, if I desire wisdom and increase my wisdom, if I want to manifest the wisdom within me in my life, I will use and meditate I would do a violet candle, and I would do an essential oil that I'd mix with my olive oil would be, I use sandalwood. Sandalwood has a very, very high vibration. And we are just beginning to realize as a modern culture the power of aromatherapy. These smells, just like colors, have a vibration about them that affect your aura, affect your frame of mind. And sandalwood, frankincense is a very powerful oil of protection. And I have used that too. There's not a coincidence that myrrh is also very protective. The wise men of the East knew that an enlightened one was going to be born. They had been waiting. And they brought frankincense and myrrh to the Christ child. That's not a coincidence. Frankincense and myrrh are very protective. And especially at that time in his life, he needed protection. So, I'm just telling you some of the esoteric principles of these smells. I'm not going to tell you what each smell represents. I'm going to let you find that out. And if you are interested, that's your responsibility, not mine. But I'm just going to tell you the reasons they work is because of the vibrations they give off. Alright, I take my candle. Now, I'm going to use a green to illustrate. I'd anoint it with a little bit of oil. And I tell you from experience, don't use too much. Because I almost caught my shirt on fire. You just use a couple drops, alright? And you anoint it. Now, you want to, if you are trying to bring something to you, you are trying to manifest a desire that you want to bring to you. You want to draw that and meditate on it. Put it near one of your chakras, especially I would recommend your heart chakra. It's a very powerful chakra. And you visualize in your mind the energy of the universe coming down towards you by taking that candle and stroking it down, lifting up your hand, stroke it down, and just as you're doing this, you're imagining a funnel shape of energy. You are visualizing and shaping that energy in the astral, and you are bringing it down towards your candle. And that you're saying, I want to bring this into me, and that I want to manifest that in me. When you are trying to get rid of something, now here's a candle I've only used on rare occasions, and I'm very, very careful when I use it. Is a black candle. Black absorbs, and it, if you want to absorb and get rid of a characteristic about yourself, or a situation in your life that you're trying to get rid of and banish, a black candle is what you want to use. And you want it away from you, so usually some people bring it to the candle. I don't like doing that because I feel like when I bring it like this, I'm bringing it to me, and I don't like that. Some people imagine it going to the candle and then burning away. That's fine. Because remember, this is all in your mind. This is not in the candle. The candle's just a tool. I bring it away from me. But if you notice, when you walk barefoot on cement, if you've ever walked on white cement or light-colored cement, your feet don't burn as much because those kind of things reflect light. Black concrete or asphalt, black cars, you put your hand on a black car during a sunny day, you're going to get burned because black absorbs energy. So what you are saying when you use a black candle is, I want to absorb that energy that I don't want in my life, and I want to put it in this candle, and I want to burn it and disperse it into the universe.